Knowing you this very short time, I figure out that we do have a lot of things similar. I mean, we both are super passionate about music. The way you talk about it, it actually, I just want to nod and say yes, yes, because that's exactly how I feel. And we both work with music,
Hmm.
and we both actually wrote our thesis highlighting the power of music in branding.
Yes.
And in your PhD thesis, the influence of music on brand personalities, you examine the effects of congruence and incongruence between various music factors and a different dimension of brand personalities. So please walk us through the link between music and brand personalities and your thesis methodology and your findings, and please the advice that we can give to brand leaders.
Hmm. Sure. So like it all starts in my thesis with the concept of brand personality, a concept, a set of human characteristics that we associate with brands. For example, there are brands that feel more down to earth, like people can be down to earth. There are brands that feel more exciting, like people can have more exciting personality dimensions. So that's a very, very well established concept. My idea and my research question was, how does music fit into this? If we link music to specific parts of brand personality, would this fit help us perceive the brands better than we would do without the music? So for me, it was really a question. Okay, we have brand personality that is sincere, exciting, down to earth, honest, and so on and so forth. Which music fits into these personality dimensions? How can this be measured? And what happens if we link exciting music with exciting brand personality, honest music with honest brand personality? How to do this? And what are the effects of this? So this is where it came from. And I very quickly realized that there was almost no research in this field. There were a couple of studies, more like music in advertising at the point of sale, but nothing about how does music relate to brand personality and human personality at all in the field of marketing. So I created a methodology to link various factors of music, some of the essential elements that music have, with tonality, with pitch, with tempo, and link this to brand personality dimensions. And so then I created a methodology and an overview to say, okay, this music resembles down to earth personality. Now let's play this music with a specific brand that stands for this person dimension. What happens? And the effects and the results were, yes, the more music and brand personality are linked, the higher we perceive a brand as standing for this dimension. So if you have a brand that you want to position as exciting, and you play music that is exciting, the brand personality is actually perceived more in this dimension. So this is a very quite obvious result, but there are some, how does a down to earth brand sound? So this is less obvious. So, but it also shows if we link music that fits this type to a brand that fits this type, the perception is higher. On the other hand, the results were, if we have, let's say, down to earth brand personality, but music that does not fit this type at all, then the brand personality is not perceived as much lower than it would without music. So music has really an increasing and an elevating, puts an elevating element to brands. And this was my study for with a lot of experiments, a lot of testing, a lot of music psychology research, where, by the way, a lot of the great music psychologists, I know you're from Sweden, they are from Sweden. So I took a lot of input in my research from Swedish researchers.
Yeah, it's very interesting the way to explain it, because it's very much similar to my thesis. And one thing that I say is that music does in the way that you're describing it is that it's a little bit like I've also done a lot of events. It's like you have all these elements in an event, in a room, right? The
Mm-hmm.
food, the clothes, the decoration, the room. It's not until you put the music on that all these elements really start
Mm-hmm.
dancing or come alive.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, when you explain it, it's a little bit the same then, that you have this brand personality, the visual storyline of it is
Mm-hmm.
when you add the audio storyline that has the same kind of brand personality effect,
Mm-hmm.
that's when they start dancing together. And that's why we
Yes.
as humans, we love audiovisual.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the magic happens.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And one of the benefits of researching this field is to give marketers and leaders tools in their hand.
Mm.
How can they do this? What do they need to look for in music? Otherwise, there's a little bit of my own critique that I have when it comes to marketing. Often it seems a little random.
Mm.
And it seems like music, okay, this is a nice background music, let's use it. But does it actually do anything for your brand? Or is it just your own gut feeling because you just like this band or this singer or this style of music? Why do you choose that specific music? What is the scientific background on this? And this is lacking, I feel. And this is not in our vocabulary, and no one learns this on. And so if we get a little bit better, data to support this, that's useful. So it's not just intuition and feeling.